What's going on, everybody? My name's Dylan, and I love cinema. And on this channel, we talk about all things cinema. We are back with another monthly movie recap. And this month, I've seen 7 movies. And as always, as I explain every time, I'm not just covering movies that came out in 2026. I'm not even technically covering movies that just came out this month. It's just every movie I've seen this month that is new to me that I've never seen before. At the very end of the year, I'm going to cover 2026 strictly. But during the year, I've been watching a lot of classics, a lot of old movies just to check them out. I want to, get my little filmography knowledge a little further. So, let's get into our tier list. As you can see, S through D, typical tier list stuff. You know what it is, you know what we're talking about. And our first movie is Clue from, I believe, 1985, 1986, somewhere in that ballpark. And it is a movie about the board game. So, like, has all the characters like Professor Plum and Mr. Green, Colonel Mustard, all those lovely things. And basically, we see a group of people go to a mansion. They are invited by someone who is blackmailing them. And the person who is blackmailing them ends up dying. So they got to figure out who did it. So they honestly, I thought it was kind of clever with how they did things. Some things little goofy, but it's an 80s movie. And honestly, I thought it was a lot of fun. Like, I don't think it's a crazily like good movie, but I think it's like a low A tier, just a fun movie. Really inoffensive in my opinion, but it's a lot of fun. So, if you're into Clue, if you're into older movies, uh check it out. It's a pretty good movie. Next up, we have Megan, which, is the Megan, like the super big Megan. Didn't see it till July. So, I think it's a really good movie. I wish I would have seen it sooner. I really enjoyed it. I don't know if I'm willing to give it S tier yet, but it's close. It's a lot closer than Clue is. As I said, Clue is like a low A tier. But Megan, a lot of fun. Really good movie. Next up, we have The Furious. And what The Furious is we're following a mute guy. He can't talk. And basically, his daughter gets kidnapped. So we're basically just following this guy throughout the whole movie, and he's trying to go save his daughter. And this movie has a lot of fighting. So if you really like martial arts and like really crazy fighting, this movie will do it for you. To me, it's like John Wick, where you see him kick everyone's butt. It's kind of like that, except the fight scenes are way more extended, and you can tell like these guys are actual martial artists. It's really cool, really easy to follow plot, very simple. Gotta save my daughter storyline, and I really liked it. So I'd also give it A tier. I wouldn't say S, but I'd say I like Megan more, but I like it more than Clue. I think it is a very solidified A tier. The Matrix. Yes, the OG Matrix. I've been thinking about checking it out for a long time. And basically, if you don't know what the Matrix is, you're following a guy named Neo, and he's living in the Matrix, which is a pretty much fake world that aliens, I believe, is what they're trying to say, run. And everyone's like in tanks, and they're just like living in a fake reality. And he gets busted out, and then basically he's trying to shut down the Matrix. The reason I wanted to check this out is I found out that an actor I really, really like, Robert Taylor, I bring him up a lot, the star of Longmire, I found out he's in it. And not only is he in it, he is in the iconic scene where Neo's dodging the bullets in slow motion. He's the one shooting. That's so cool. I was so happy to see that. The Matrix, also like A tier. This is a really good month for movies. I wouldn't say The Matrix is S tier, but it could get there. I don't know. I like it, but if I didn't see things like Inception before it, maybe I would be a little higher on it. But Inception's I mean, it's not like super similar, but I don't know. It's just like the premise that they're going for was very new and groundbreaking back then. But I've seen a lot of movies that are kind of similar to that, so I guess that's a little unfair to The Matrix. Maybe if I'd seen it first, I'd probably put it higher, but high A tier. Now we have the big movie that came out this month, or last month, rather. The Odyssey by Christopher Nolan. This movie is freaking awesome, is what it is. It is a top 3 movie this year, is what it is. And if you don't know what the Odyssey is, we are following a guy named Odysseus, and he basically goes to Troy to take on Troy and the Trojan horse and all that. And he basically gets stranded. So this guy's off far, far away for like, I think 10 plus years, and his family's at home, and they're waiting on him to get back, and the wife has a bunch of like dudes, suitors, I guess, who really want to get with her, and she's like, she's been holding off for a long time, but she's really starting to think that, he isn't coming back, and we just basically have to follow this guy's journey coming all the way back. I don't want to ruin anything. Just know the music's awesome. The visuals are freaking fantastic. If you like mythology stuff, this movie's gonna itch that scratch. It's really cool. This movie is a lot of fun, and this might be my favorite Matt Damon movie. But yeah, this one's easily S tier. This movie is leagues ahead of everything else on this tier list. It is amazing. As I said, for me, it's either number 2 or number 3. It's really close. As I said, at the end of the year, we'll talk about it. We'll see how I'm feeling then. Fantastic movie. It was awesome. Now we have Saturine. And this is a horror movie that came out in, I believe, spring of this year. And it is not a super known movie. Like, I looked at the box office, and I think it earned like 100,000, something like that. So, not a movie a lot of people have seen. But we're basically following this woman who is a little bit overweight. She's not like super overweight, but she's a little overweight. And she's very self-conscious. She wants to lose the weight, but nothing she is doing is really working. And then she's approached in, I believe, a club by another woman who gives her a pill, and this pill makes her lose weight pretty instantly. Like the next morning she weighs in and she weighs less. And this woman gave her 2 pills. So she took one at the club. She was a little woozy. She was drinking a little bit. So then she gets home and she wakes up the next day, weighs in, and then she looks at the pill and she's wondering what's inside of it. So she pops it open and she looks and she thinks it looks weird what's in there. So then she goes and tests the substance that is in this pill. And what's in this pill, she comes to find out, is human ash. So she was a little weirded out by that. She didn't touch it for a while. And then eventually, throughout the movie, I promise I'm not spoiling anything. This does tell you right on the thing. Then eventually, since she is a nursing student, she has access to this. She starts stealing bones and like grinding them down into ash and making her own pills of a dead patient. And that dead patient starts haunting her. So basically, she eats human ash, and the ash of the person she's eating starts haunting her. It's insane. It kind of reminds me of something like The Substance. It's like a body horror movie. Robert Taylor is also in this movie, and in a way I've never seen him. He plays a very minute role, and they do something very funny with him, which, if you know what he looks like, it's going to be very confusing when you see him, but you can tell it's him. But yeah, it's a neat little body horror movie. Some things I really like about it, some things I think are eh. I think it's kind of middle of the road, like B tier. Not like a bad movie, and if you like body horror and you like stuff like The Substance, you probably like this movie. Like, I didn't think it was bad. Just wasn't fully for me, I guess would be the best way to check it out or to describe it. So I think you should check it out if you want to, if you're interested. And now the last movie, it's Little Brother. It's a Netflix movie with John Cena and what's that? It's Andre something. I'm pretty sure what his name is. Anyway, so we follow John Cena, who is like a relatively successful like real estate guy, and he's trying to get into like a TV show so he can kind of one up his big brother, because his big brother is like super successful in everything he does. So he's really self-conscious about that. But basically, whenever he was a kid, he did a charity thing where he kind of adopted a little brother, like not really adopted, but like hung out with a little brother, and he just kind of forgot about that from his past. And basically, while he's trying to do all this stuff, try and make himself better, try to be better than his brother, Andre, who was his little brother from the charity thing, shows up in his life, and he's like a real whack job. He's a little goober, and John Cena is not really into it. So It's the best way I'm gonna describe it. It kind of, you can tell it's nothing like super original in my mind. It reminds me of a lot of other comedy movies. Like Step Brothers is definitely something you could bring up. I don't think it's a bad movie. I think it actually did make me laugh a couple times. I know a lot of comedies we've been getting lately are kind of, eh. But this one actually wasn't too bad. I think John Cena is a great. I really like John Cena, and I wish he could get into a movie that maybe had a bigger budget and a better writer, director, whatever. But not a bad movie, just nothing like super original, relatively funny. So if you're into that and you just want to watch a random like comedy on like a random Monday night and you got nothing going on, this one might be for you. I think it's also B tier. Very solid middle of the road comedy, which is kind of what we get anymore. It's been a while since I've seen something super funny, but yeah. So that's the 7 movies I've seen this month. Uh, Typically aim to see more than 7, but this month watched a lot of TV. Been watching a lot of TV, so I don't do TV show tier list. But yeah, those are the movies. Check them out. My most suggested would obviously be The Odyssey. Maybe you want to check out something that you probably didn't even know existed. Go watch a clip. But I appreciate you watching this video, and I hope to see you next month when I cover the next plethora of movies I watch in August.